Y'all say hello to Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez.
Hey, man, glad you can make it, Marty. Glad you can make it.
Congrats.
I will take one of those. Thank you.
An angel.
These guys drive for TrackHouse Racing. Ross drives the number 1 car. Daniel drives the number 99 car. They are both winners during the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series season. In fact, Daniel just got his first career win. We may as well start right there, my man. Congratulations. How has this week been for you?
It's been it's been a lot of fun. I feel that it could have been. I went down. it could have been. It was just very special, and I feel like I already had extra time to celebrate and enjoy this moment with other people that has been with me on this journey. As you know, we don't have a lot of weeks off, and we just had one last weekend. So I had the time to go to my hometown, to Mexico, with my friends and family, and have a good time down there.
Did they have a big parade for you? How'd that go?
Actually, my mom and my sister, they did hey, Pete! They did a surprise party for me. So awesome. it was a good time.
And you two have had such an amazing breakthrough year. It's great to see you, brother.
Yeah, man, you too.
Ross is one of the all-time good guys. I'm really proud of you.
Isn't it wild since we hung out last year down at the farm?
So those of y'all who don't know this guy's story, both of their stories are amazing. It's very difficult to make it to the Cup Series level, obviously. There's only 40 of them in the world that get to do it every year. And, of course, Daniel came from Mexico and made his way to the Cup Series. And Ross came from a watermelon farm in Nowhere, Florida to make his way to the Cup Series. How would you define this...
No.
Look at that. That's a good one. How would you define what this year has been for you, man? Because it's fight, scrap, claw, work, have doubt, have people believe, that give you opportunity, and now you're a multiple-time winner in the Cup Series this season and fearless in doing so. What's up, big time?
Yeah, honestly, Marty, it's easier. Not easier, it's just simpler this year. Our cars are fast. We have people that believe in us. We've got this guy that's coming up now that believed in us both when other people didn't, right? And our careers have went different ways, but I was talking to somebody this morning, and they were asking me how everything's going and checking in, and I said, man, it's actually more about, for me, not creating unnecessary work. Let's just do the work we need to do. And for me right now in my life, it's just race cars. It's that one car in the 99, but 99 in second. And how do I make that the best it can be right now? Now, later in life, there'll be time for other things, but right now, it's that one car. So I'm not helping the watermelon farm a lot these days. I'm not doing a lot of things outside of the four walls at TrackHouse, and I wouldn't have it any other way right now. That will have to change in life eventually, but right now, it's easier now to go through the mid part of this season than it was driving the red 4 car 8 years ago. Honestly, because then it was about, do we have sticker tires? Do we have a rental motor or an SB2? How are we going to get through this race? And now I know that my only job is to drive the car, and I'm going to have your casual top 10 Cup car every week.
You went from Dale Jr. being your landlord to him recently saying that you're one of the greatest things about the sport right now. Could you have ever predicted that step in the direction of your relationship?
No, never predicted. When I moved out there, that was just a random chance encounter that another guy needed a roommate, I needed a roommate, and Ron Hornaday wanted me off his guest bedroom, and he put us out there and got to know Dale, and yeah, he's been incredible. I thought I couldn't approach him at first, and once I got to know him, it's just incredible. The guy has done so much. He's larger than life to me, and yet he'll just call me. He calls me more than I call him. It's wild, and texts me.
Is this a butt dial?
And now they're getting ready to take over their coverage on NBC. So he's been on me about how's it going. He wants to know, is what he's watching on TV really what's happening, or is it a little different? Is it coming across different on TV? And pretty much is what it is, right? Our TV partners, they tell the story, and sometimes I wish I could hide under a rock after St. Louis, but they're going to tell the story, and that's what's great about our sport.
He said something I completely agree with, and before we move any further, y'all may know, you might have already been up here with Jay and Carissa. I don't know. I've been planes, trains, automobiles. You can't wait till I tell you my travel story. I left my house this morning at 7:40. I just walked in this damn door. So
Eastern time?
Justin Marks is the owner of TrackHouse Racing. You guys may already know that. You may have already had a wonderful conversation with him. He's been a friend of mine for 15 years. He's one of the most wonderful people with one of the most beautiful spirits I know. And you talk about dogged determination, fearlessness to chase dreams and to secure dreams. He's the embodiment of that, someone I've admired for a very long time. I'll get to you in just a minute. I want to follow up on something you just said. I love that Dale Jr. had your back after St. Louis. I love that Dale Jr. said, damn it, we need guys in this sport who are willing to be physical, who are willing to do whatever it takes to win. And one thing I laugh about, man, his old man is the most famous legend in the history of NASCAR racing because he was willing to dump people to win. He would have dumped Mama Earnhardt. He would have dumped his brothers. It don't matter because they're so hard to get. So how has this aftermath been for you of, all right, I'm here, and now we have to kind of learn the code, right?
Yep.
Now there's the whole, the code part of it that Denny Hamlin likes to talk about.
Yeah, well, Dale did. He went to bat for me. Only second in line to this guy who had my back all the way through. And that does mean a lot. And we had a lot of good, honest conversations since then. Yeah, I need to find my way a little bit there. You know, if that's coming to the white, I think it's a totally different story.
Correct.
That's coming for the win. It was lap 55 out of 300. Like, not the place to do that. I didn't do it on accident, though. Like, Denny knew what was happening, and I did too. So I just need to pick and choose those battles a little more and try to, you know, I'm going to need to pay it forward a bit, but I'm not going to. I apologized a lot after the race, and I poured it on a little too much there. I was truly sorry for the way I did it and when I did it, but I wasn't sorry for moving him. And Denny and I had really good conversation. I had a really good conversation with Chase, and Justin was honest with me with his thoughts and how he's raced in the Cup Series, and I've talked to Daniel about it. How do you know, I've just asked for help, and I've got a great support team now, and I'm not going to change. I'm not going to always apologize as much as I did after St. Louis. I truly was. I was trying to get across some things, and I just went too far, but it's not going to change a whole lot on the track other than just picking and choosing those times.
Daniel, you tweeted after your win to never give up on your dreams. I feel like this team is different than a lot of other NASCAR teams. You guys are about the community. You're about your brand. You're about the next level of NASCAR. How has this team helped you reach your dreams?
Listen, a lot of teams have the idea of community, of family, of people, and very few teams actually do it. And there is a big difference between saying it and actually applying it. And you know, I've been part of a lot of organizations in the past, and I have never felt what I feel for TrackHouse right now, you know, and it just feels special. Just the way that Justin, Ty, Pitbull, everyone cares about people so much, how important it is for them, for the people in this organization to be happy doing what they're doing. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's a driver, truck driver, the guy that cleans the shop. Everyone has a spot, and it's very, very important for every single person to do their job, for us to be able to perform on Sunday. So, you know, it's quite a journey. I would say that the win that happened in Sonoma is part of the dream. It's not a complete dream. I still have bigger dreams. I always say that the top of a mountain is always the bottom of the next one. So right now already we have some new goals, we have some new challenges ahead of us, but I'm so excited to face all these challenges with a team like the one I have right now.
We're in Music City, and I have so many friends who are artists, and they always say it's really easy to write your first record. it's hard as hell to write your second one. How do you follow up something you've spent your entire life wanting to do? You've poured your whole life into this first album. That was successful. Now what? All right? You've written a hell of a great first album, and you continue to expand. You've just done this thing, the 91 initiative, where you're going to have, drivers from other disciplines driving one of your race cars each year. Continue to expand. So you're the dog that caught the car. What comes with success in terms of keeping the main thing, but continuing to want to push and grow? Yes, you. You're the boss, Hoss.
Yeah, okay. That's sort of the topic of the day, honestly, right now. That analogy, that dog that caught the car, I'm not going to tell that story right now, but that resonates because that's something that happened to me right during the Ganassi thing, which was tough. Humility, and continuing to understand what it is that got us here, and that's the fact that we're invested in each other. We're building a special culture. Success is never an accident when it's intentional, and it's like I said, the topic of the day is the fact that this was always going to happen. This was always going to happen for TrackHouse. That guy's been driving around all day. That's a rental. Success was always going to happen for TrackHouse. It just happened so quickly that the topic of the day truly is how to manage these moments where we understand what got us here. What got us here is fundamental commitment to each other, to our culture, to the fact that we've got very, very talented people that are hungry and ready to be disruptive and ready to do something in our sport that hasn't been done and write a story and invest in each other and lift each other up. And the mood in that race shop is awesome. Everybody's smiling. Everybody feels like they're a part of something that's changing the narrative, part of something special. And if we just continue to do that this week in Nashville, next week in Wisconsin, the week after that, we all about Atlanta, and on and on and on, that's how we make sure that this is not a moment that we're having, but TrackHouse's arrival.
How did you take a dream and make it reality?
Risk. How did you take the dream and make it a reality? I quit racing. I made a decision that I just wasn't going to drive race cars anymore when it was my most favorite thing in the whole world to do. Because I knew that if I was going to be successful at the top levels of the sport and I was going to achieve the dream that I had when I was 8 years old, I was going to have to quit doing the thing that I love the most and invest in the thing that I was the best at. So I had to get out of the race car, and I had to close that chapter and push all my chips in on the business side and commit to it and do, for the first time in my life, do something I was willing to die trying doing.
Which one of you three has the best Pitbull story?
The best Pitbull story?
Yeah.
Do you have a good Pitbull story? Well, you just met him 48 hours ago.
Yeah, I just met him for the first time, but no. No. Somebody else got to have a better
I'll tell you, when we first met Armando, Daniel and I and Ty and a couple people flew down to South Florida to meet him for the first time because it was set up. Hey, this guy is really into NASCAR. He wants to do something more. The history of the sport resonates with him, and he needs to meet you guys. So we all flew down there, and we talked to Post Malone, we talked to Justin Timberlake, we talked to a bunch of different people, and everything was fairly transactional. It was looking for something that was really authentic. So we went to a seafood restaurant in South Beach, and we got a private room in the back, and we showed up there at noon. We were there for like 4 hours. Like 20 minutes into that 4 hours, it was like, this is happening. This is the guy. Armando Christian Perez, Pitbull, Mr. 305, sat at that table and told us about Dale Earnhardt. He told us about how much he admired the American Rebel spirit and the Flathead Forge run and shine through Appalachia. He told us about the Michael Waltrip documentary that he watched, about how he knew all of Ty Norris's history. And it blew my mind. I mean, it was a moment. I'm like, this guy's a legit. He knows about NASCAR. He's a legit NASCAR fan, and that was really eye-opening to me. And it's proved out time and time again since that meeting that he's authentically a partner of ours. He loves this sport. He believes in what we're doing. He's an awesome partner.
Well, it's amazing what you guys are doing. I'm so proud of all three of you. I'm thrilled for your success. Keep it going, and thank you for spending some time with us here.
Thanks, fellas.
And for waiting on me to show up.
One more question. Is it hotter in Nashville today, or was it hotter at the farm when we were hanging out down there?
I would go with the farm.
Okay.
That was quite an experience because the humidity was 600,000%. And you and I were walking through a watermelon.
Really quick, we got a couple watermelons in our garden. How do I know when to pick the best watermelon?
Ooh.
What does it look like? Describe it.
Yeah, watermelons in the garden are tough. We actually can't even do it when it's outside of the field. They just, first of all, you're probably overwatering them. If you're watering them the same time you're doing everything else, it's too much water. So don't water the watermelon plant every time. Man, it should be heavy, so they're 92% water. I wish I had one right now. It'd taste pretty good. Heavy, yellow on the bottom. That means it sat there long enough and you're not out there rolling it around, messing with it, and let it grow. And the stripes should be symmetrical. So
yellow bottom. Got it. Thank
Yellow.
you. Thanks, fellas.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have fun this weekend. TrackHouse Racing, guys.
Thank you.